Verkerk. I'm the Executive and Scientific Director of the Alliance for Natural Health. It's actually a peculiar situation to have arisen over the last 10 or so years to see so much legislation affecting natural health products. When one looks at the proven risk of this group of products, they're actually the safest group of products that we put in our mouths, much safer even than food, and certainly hundreds or 1,000 times safer than, for example, drugs or tobacco or alcohol. And yet we see a disproportionate amount of legislation. Now, the primary stated reason, as far as the regulatory authorities are concerned, for this is that they need to do it for two reasons. One, to protect consumer health. And the interesting thing, when you look carefully at the type of legislation that is now being enacted and will be enacted over the next few years, it does very little to actually protect consumers from supplements that may be of poor quality and may actually pose some sort of risk to human health, because let's face it, anything can pose a risk to human health, including water, including coffee and tea. And it's a very interesting situation. You may be aware that the drug companies are very interested in botanicals and other nutrients that have health benefits. And you may also know that the research and development pipeline for drug development is running pretty thin on the ground these days. So it's a very interesting time for perhaps drug companies to be thinking, how can we manage more control of these nutrients? We've seen, for example, tomorrow is the date at which the Food and Drug Administration of the United States is accepting comments for a change to the FDA Amendments Act, which includes a new section that is very specifically trying to limit interstate trade on any dietary supplement or food ingredient that has had a history of clinical research that has been published. And of course, that is a ludicrous situation, because some of the most interesting food ingredients or supplement ingredients that have important therapeutic properties have been studied. And by taking them out of the, if you like, the food sector, you force them into the drug sector and back into the control of the pharmaceutical industry.